And within a 7-year period, our net worth quadrupled 4 times. Okay, so rule 4, right? So this is, I already said one was my favorite. It's like having a favorite child for me. All these rules are my favorites. But
can you make that one bigger? There you go. Thank you.
Okay, so age your money, right? So the software has a little number in the upper right-hand corner, and it'll basically tell you the age. They have some fancy algorithm which calculates all the money in, money out, and it tells you whether you're spending a dollar that you earned yesterday, which many of us do, or whether you're earning a dollar or spending a dollar that was earned 3 months ago, right? So it's just a little cool reminder of what the goal is, right? I mean, the peace of mind that comes when you start to get a feel for these rules and you implement the programs and you start to see the change that happens in your financial life and world, and you start to see that number ticking up and getting larger and larger, all of a sudden your stress around money, you're going to notice that it's a little bit less than it was before. And then you're going to get to a point where it evaporates, right? I mean, Corona is nasty and is having a huge impact on all of us. But I can thankfully say that my stress meter around Corona, and as you well know, I'm 100% commission-based earner, right? Nobody's cutting me a check if I don't perform. And yet, because of this rule of age your money and that I'm spending dollars that were earned long, long ago, not just the last paycheck, creates a peace of mind, Jesse, and a joy that I just can't adequately express what that does to you. And it's possible for everybody out there, right? So that's rule 4. That's rule 4.
So this one actually feels kind of cool, and also love things that are simple, you know, that sort of massages my engineering part of my brain, right? It's just simple that, you know, this is like a scoreboard.
Yep.
You know, like if you're playing a video game, this is your score, and you want that number to be as high as possible because it represents how aged your money is, like basically how far ahead of the game. If 0 is hand to mouth,
yep,
right?
Yep.
That number goes up.
Exactly right.
It's like it's gamifying the effort.
Yeah. Well, and it's giving you a visual reminder. And, you know, I love the analogy of a scoreboard. I had never thought of it that way before, but it's totally true. Now, the one difference is at a certain point, you don't want the number to be too big because then you're going to be taking that money out to buy an investment property, or you're going to take that money out to go on a trip because that was a priority of yours or whatever, right? But you want it to be a good enough cushion that you don't have to stress about the fact that if you miss a paycheck or two, right? So yeah, it's awesome. And I love that scoreboard thought. That's pretty cool.
Well, then does that wrap that up basically? That you said 4 rules, right?
Those are the 4 rules. I would share a couple of things. And one is this right here. Because I know that, you know, many folks out there may have children or others. One of the stumbling blocks that we faced early on for the bigger part of our married life is we have 4 children, and retirement and preparing for the future always seemed to take a back seat because we were buying cars for our children and helping them with college and putting braces on and all the stuff that you want to and hope to be able to do as a parent, right? But I had another financial advisor that taught me the principle. One day he just said, Terry, you got to put on your own oxygen mask first. If you really want to reach your financial goals, if you really want to retire, you need to focus on yourself and your future. And it can't all be about today's expenditures. So I think that's one important thing to think about. And then back to the hope thing and like, you know, where do we go from here? I want to just re-stress to people that my journey started financially 8 years ago. And at the end of the day, I had been in a position of making good money for a long time in my career, but was making no headway in terms of net worth. And then I was introduced to this content, this software, YNAB, and within a 7-year period, our net worth quadrupled 4 times. Okay. So I don't say that other than to say it's possible. I was old. Okay. I was 49 when that journey started. And in that short, relatively window of time, I was able to implement. When I say I, it's always we. My wife and I are one, right? But we were able to embrace these concepts, dive into it. And so what now, right? You know, jump on the site. If this resonates with you, great. If it doesn't, and if you are a Quicken person like I was, or whatever makes you embrace the idea of making intelligent financial decisions, it doesn't matter, but these rules will help you to win with money. So if I was new and I was starting out and this resonated at all, I would jump on the site. I would try to get a copy of the book from your local library or order it from Amazon. I would study up on the 4 rules and I would dive into hope. Because guys, we all could use a little bit of hope right now, and especially those that might have lost work or had pay docked, or just don't, you know, have opportunity to earn. If you're a commission earner right now, we all need a little bit of hope. And you know, if you're home and you've got some extra time to look into this, it could be a blessing and a game changer for you. So anyway, that's the message.
Did I just hear you say that you started this 7 years ago and you've quadrupled your net worth as a result
That is correct.
of practicing this?
That is correct.
What in the hell? Did you have like $20 in the bank or something?
No, no. I'm telling you, we made good money. It wasn't about the income. It was about our relationship with money and truly embracing these 4 principles and truly making financial decisions based upon priorities. And yes, it was game changing. And it started when we implemented this at home with our home budget, and the real game changer for those of you out there that might be commission-based earners or individual business owners, when we took YNAB and the budgeting software and turned it onto our business, it was game changing. And we've never looked back.
Interesting. And by the way, of course, ridiculous that you're validating that comment. It was playful by design. I know that you're extremely successful at what you do out there in the great state of Utah. But wow, I mean, that's just remarkable. So, and that was the thing there, as I just heard you kind of say it, is it started out, the fire caught in your personal finances, but it really exponentially grew once you also started adopting it for your business finances.
Without question. It makes, I mean, I had owned businesses prior to being a realtor, right? And I happened to be a realtor when I was introduced to YNAB, and running a business without YNAB is like trying to navigate through a tunnel in the dark. And with YNAB is like having a huge headlamp and everything's illuminated.
It's beautiful.
All of a sudden your decisions are easier. The stress goes away. It's game changing, I promise.
It's beautiful, man. So, and by the way, I should also say this too. You just did a, what, I don't know, half hour, I don't know how long, deal on this. What you're not like an owner investor in this company.
No,
this isn't like a promote, like this is just like, hey, you carved your time out of your day to share what's worked for you, selflessly, so in the hopes that it would work for one other person that might catch this.
That would be awesome. If it resonates with one person and it has a positive impact on their life, then that's fantastic. And if not, I had a great time chatting with my friend Jesse. So there you go.
Terry, so indebted, man. Thank you for holding this torch. I've been following the smoke for a while now, man. And I really feel like, and to be totally transparent, this was one of my 2 main New Year's resolutions.
Awesome.
You should know, inspired by you. Now, I will also humbly submit that as I stare down at my calendar right now, it's the 16th of April, and nothing more has been done on that yet. But okay. I love the thought that there's no time like the present and today. And I definitely feel more inspired. That needle for me moved a little bit just by hanging out here live together. So, hey, guess what? I'm the one guy that you helped today, man. So thank you for that.
Thanks, Jesse.
All right, man. Hey,
All right.
anybody got any questions for Terry? Go ahead, hit him up in the comments. And appreciate you guys checking out. We'll see you next.